So, motherfuckers, I had a really long format video planned, but then my computer decided to get an error before I could upload the whole video. You can see there wasn't an ending to my Confederate flag rant. But perhaps it was getting a bit long for most viewers. You know, some people won't sit through a whole 20-minute video, so maybe it was a good thing that it ended at like 15 minutes, but I didn't really get out all I wanted to say, so, I don't know what I'm going to be calling this one, but we'll see where it goes, where I ramble to. But anyway, what I was getting at the end of that video was like, it doesn't matter what I say, basically. Just to reiterate, in case you didn't watch the other video and you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, I said it doesn't matter what I say. You know, I said something about the Confederate flag situation, and I talked about it in a negative way. So, of course, people are going to label me whatever they want. Even though I clearly stated in that video that I was not for the actuality, the concept of the Confederate flag. I just said that the banning, it's not going to do any good. It's just going to make racist people even more racist because you took away something that they like and they cherish. So it's only going to amplify the negativity of the situation. And I said here on YouTube, it really doesn't matter what you say or what you do or how you defend yourself and how eloquently you put it. People are just going to categorize you as how you want, and that's how it works in a politically correct landscape full of euphemisms and other bullshit like that. So there you go. So yeah, I was pretty much done talking about that topic. So thank God I got out to whatever I was going to say in that video. I was gonna go edit it, and add some shit on there, but I couldn't even edit the video because the fucking computer just decided that no, that's not gonna happen. My fucking Logitech camera, if it fucks up while filming, then it's just uneditable. There was just like an exclamation point next to it. But anyway, I was going to talk about a couple of things concerning the political correctness. Donald Trump's in the running. And, okay, so, this was something that I felt was a little bit healthy for this country, is all I'm going to say. Do I agree with everything that Donald Trump is saying in his political bid for the White House, for the Republican side of things? Absolutely not. Do I agree with some of the things he's saying? Yes, actually, I do. Now, he's a bit of a blowhard. We all know that. Could go about things in a smarter way. But then again, the guy's actually gaining a lot of traction in the political race. He's up there. And, I think in a way, this is very healthy. Now, of course, we have to talk about this for people that don't know what's going on in the political field. Donald Trump saying a lot of controversial things, and controversy is a good thing in this country because whenever we have controversy, it's meaningless, like with the flag, shit like that. And also something I wanted to talk about is the gender thing at Target. Maybe I should save that for another video because that's something so retarded that it does deserve to be spoken about in a whole separate video. So I hope you guys could fucking handle that many like non-wrestling videos. But yeah, the shit that's going on with Target where they're not having the gender separated anymore for the children's clothing is very, very, very fucking disturbing. And it's another thing why I'm kind of happy that Donald Trump is running. Now, there's a couple of things that I don't like. His stance on abortion. I am for abortion. I am completely pro-choice, and perhaps we'll talk about that in another video. Like I said, guys, just let me know what you want me to talk about. I will talk about it here. That's, I am open to suggestions. It's just, one or two people saying it. I want more people to tell me what they want to see, because I will listen to you. I have done it in the past. I have ranted on things, whatever people wanted me to, and I did, But I feel like YouTube is, the community is not as active as it was a couple of years ago. Anyway, back on topic. So Donald Trump, so stance on abortion. Disagree. Stance on fucking the illegal immigration situation, building a wall and stuff like that. That I do agree with. Sending the children back of illegal immigrants when they had children here while they were illegal, that is up in the air. That's not entirely right, and that's a sticky situation. And oh, Brad, okay, so if you're for illegal immigration, there you go flip-flopping, so you got to be one way or the other. Well, that's the fucking problem with things. It's hard to decide with something like that, because it's so much of a sticky situation there. You don't want to send the kids back, and then again, you don't, you don't, because that's not right. But the thing is, it's like, we got to just cut it off before it even begins, basically. Yes, before they're able to get into this country and start having children and all that. That needs to be nipped in the butt. It really does. I'm sorry about if that does offend anybody, but that's kind of what these videos are about. Then again, I really don't care if you're offended, because that is the truth. You can't have a country where you just allow anybody to come in here willy-nilly. There's no other country like that. We're basically the only ones that allow that. You try to go into Canada, you can't do that. You try to go into Mexico, you can't do that. And that's basically what Donald Trump is saying. But people are, And the thing is, the guy is being a bit of a blowhard, kind of doing the little Rush Limbaugh routine at times. But the thing is, this is a lot of healthy discussion, is pretty much what I'm getting at for this country. We need this. We need to hear this Donald Trump business, whether you like it or not, because this country is so far gone with political correctness. It's kind of healthy that there's a bit of bluntness going on right now in the political field. With so much of the whole running for class president routine of promising a bunch of things and the squeaky clean image, and watching the GOP debate for the first one from a couple of weeks back, where they were like, oh, if you lose, are you going to support the Republican candidate no matter what, the nominee? And everybody, just like a fucking robot, raised their hand, except for Donald Trump. And that's what I liked. See, there's the thing right there. It's like, why would you support just anybody? If they're not what you want, why would you just blindly just agree with them and support them? They're not all friends. They're not getting anything out. Well, maybe they might get something out of it, but thing is, why would you? Why are you going to be like that? You should be somewhat of a sore loser and not support them. And that was something that I appreciated what Donald Trump said. And see, that is the problem. That was right there a form of political correctness. It would be inappropriate to not support the nominee because you might offend somebody, and you have to blindly support your party. And why is that? Why do they have to be, ball and chained to the fucking party? If they disagree with the ideals, then why is it? Basically, Trump is, forced into being a Republican of sorts, because nobody gives a shit about the other independent or the Green Party or any of the Libertarian Party, because it's you got to be one or the other. You have to be the Democrat or you have to be the Republican. That's just how it is. It doesn't matter how many hippies say the fucking third parties or the ones to go for. Doesn't matter. People look at you as the guy with the fucking tinfoil hat if you're in one of those parties. So you have to be in the fucking one or the other. So Donald Trump changing his stance on abortion and all that, that sounded like fucking bullshit. But I'm not really here to talk about all that. My hair's really annoying me. I can't really figure out which way to push it. There we go. Because the video is like reversed, so I don't know. I'm not that smart. Anyway, anyway, the thing about this that's really annoying is that people are just getting all outraged and stuff, and and I don't think they really appreciate what's going on here. For the first time, we have somebody that's speaking their mind. Now, I'm not saying we need to blindly support this guy, but all I'm saying is that people understand that this is actually kind of healthy, that the guy's stating his opinions, what he wants, and you may disagree with it, but they're making him out to be like Satan because, he wants to control immigration and stuff like that. Is that such a bad thing? Now, I disagree with him. I don't think that that's right at all to send the children back. I mean, that's kind of fucked up to send a 5-year-old back with their parents. But, sort of when you kind of look at it, I don't really like the sound of it, but in a way, it does kind of sound right because they're here illegally, and without fucking laws and rules, yeah, that's just how things are. You've got to follow the rules. And it doesn't matter how fucked up the government is or anything. That's one part I do agree with. There has to be rules and regulations to things. People have to be documented. The system is fucked, but there has to be some form of a system. You kind of have to know who is here, because if not, if those people do commit a criminal act, even if I do it, you got to know who that person is. It's important to have some form of identification. So when people come in here and we don't know who the fuck they are, yeah, it's kind of hard. And you might be saying that's terrible. But when that person commits a crime on you, and the police, you contact the police. Yeah, I know all the stories with the police, but once something happens to you, you need to contact the police for help. They're not going to know who to look for because that person's not documented. So there you go. Now, I don't like it, and I don't fully support it, and there probably should be a better way of, instead of sending them back, instead trying to just help them get their paperwork, which is not being said, and it's being that part is very sticky. So I sort of agree with it, but in a different way. But yeah, but people are just being all outraged and just saying this is the most absurd thing they ever heard. They never did. And the thing is, it's because you've never heard it before. Nobody's had the guts to say this outside of a vlog on YouTube or a blog on the internet. And this is the first time we're hearing this on a fucking, major format, a fucking political debate. Nobody has had the balls to say this. And thing is, it's coming out of the mouth of a celebrity, so to speak. Not an actor or anything, but this is someone who was on a very famous TV show in The Apprentice, so people were taking notice, and this guy might fucking get the nomination. So it is a very healthy thing for this country to experience this sort of thing, this bluntness, this honesty, this heartfelt type of material and form of speech. Because we have not experienced that. As you can see, that is very unhealthy for people. They are so used to getting the same Obama bullshit and the same rhetoric. And I was about to say this before, but I think I got caught up in my own thoughts. I was going to say it's the whole running for class president, for the school president back in like elementary school, where you would just promise a whole bunch of things and not, oh, we're going to get soda in the vending machines type of mentality. I always like to use that metaphor when discussing politics with people. That's how every politician operates, telling you what you want to hear and delivering about 2% of what they had promised, if even that. So now we're just getting a bit of honesty. We're discussing the country's problems. We are, we're finally getting a little bit of truth, and people don't like it. People ask for it. They want truth. They want honesty. They want transparency. And when they get it, they don't like it. Because why? It's blunt honesty, and people don't like that. People don't want to address the problems. They think they want to. They think they're ready for it, but they're not. And case in point, what's going on now with Donald Trump, you have somebody right now telling you basically what the problems are, what the issues, and yes, he's probably not going about it in the best way, probably not choosing the best words, because you see, yes, as much as I fucking hate political correctness and euphemisms, there's a better way of doing things. For example, like writing a book. You wouldn't just fucking throw any shit down there. There's an eloquent way of speaking. And, Donald Trump doesn't exactly have that. It makes for some very entertaining debates, but, yeah, there's probably a better way of going about it. But I don't even want to keep on saying that. I want to say is that I do appreciate what Donald Trump is saying, and I might be in the minority, and I probably am in the minority about that. I realize that, and I really do, and I realize that I'm going to get a lot of hate for it by making this video in support of what he's doing, but I do kind of support it. I sort of support it, because the thing is, yes, I'm not behind him 100%, but I do appreciate that the guy is trying to break down the walls of political correctness, make people stop using euphemisms and sugar-coated language, and just basically addressing the issues. And just, bringing things up that people feel uncomfortable about talking about. And it's very important that people leave their comfort zone, because that is why we still continue to have the amount of problems that we do. Nobody speaks up. Nobody talks about the, things in society that matters. As I said, we're a society that's obsessed with technology. We're glued to our cell phones because it's a distraction from reality. Look at memes on the internet, watch videos on YouTube, and it's an escape. You don't worry about the lack of quality job opportunities out there, or the lack of health insurance, or the fact that your check is being raped every week for Social Security, and you're probably not even going to get those benefits when it's time for you to get them. So all those things are in the future. You don't care about them now, but now when it does happen, then you're going to start worrying about it. And people don't want to worry about those things now, and that's it. I mean, I know it's far off in the future. You don't think anything so terrible is happening now, but you don't realize, as you're ignoring these problems, things are spiraling out of control. They might be, doing it at a slow rate, but of course it's like the snowball effect, little by little, little by little. Then you got a big whole boulder, and then what are you going to do? Exactly. If people could understand that, that whole snowball effect, and that is what we're facing here, is that people are just not caring, and things in the background, they're snowballing, and they're not concerned about it right now, but they will be, because when it affects them directly, that's when they'll care. But we don't want to hear these things right now. Oh, no, we just want to label them. And once again, we're listening to the media. The media doesn't want this. They don't want what Donald Trump is saying, because it's not, it doesn't fit into their ideals. It doesn't fit into the agenda. It's not distracting people with useless things like the Confederate flag, which has no effect on society in any way. In the current situation that we're in, so we want to shut Donald Trump up because we don't want somebody, talking about what's actually going on. We don't want somebody to get people thinking, That's the thing. We don't have to completely agree with what someone is saying, but we could say, hey, here's a guy that's, creating an open forum, an open discussion, wants to get people's gears turning in their head because those gears have been stagnant. Those people haven't been thinking for a very long time. So what Donald Trump is doing is trying to help those people think once again, because we haven't really put our brains to the test as of late. And that's the thing. We really need to start thinking. We really need to start worrying about certain things in society, and because there aren't any job opportunities out there. They're few and far between, and we're bringing these to light. Donald Trump is bringing these things to light, and nobody wants to hear it. Instead, they're calling him a racist and this and that. And, I don't know. I don't personally know what's going on inside his head. He might be, for all the intents and purposes, maybe, things he's talking about with illegal immigration is due to a racist type of thing going on inside his head. I don't know, but the thing is, something still needs to be done about it. People are coming in this country committing crimes. We see it all the time on the news. I mean, the media might try to suppress some of that, but people want to be offended. If they get offended, then hopefully those things will go away. Hopefully someone will pay attention to them. Oh, I'm offended, so that thing could be removed, and you don't have to think about it, and you can go back to playing on your phone and stuff like that. So there you go. That's basically what it is. So yes, I do realize to a point I am rambling in this video, but I'm trying to piece the thoughts together. See, that's the thing. There's so many gray areas when it comes to life in general and things of this nature. There's no certain answers and everything, but people, they're actually going back to a very black and white way of looking at things, and that's a very bad thing. I'm offended. I don't want to think about it. You might want to think about it. Maybe there is something to what Donald Trump is saying. He's maybe not saying it the right way or communicating in the proper fashion, or the most eloquent way, but perhaps there is something to it. But people don't want, no, offensive. That's basically it. It's offensive. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to talk about it. That's a very bad thing. We don't have any open communication or anything. Everybody just wants to be antisocial. The dogs are going fucking nuts. And yeah, that's basically all there is to it. All I'm just saying is open your mind. Think about what someone like Donald Trump is saying. And maybe having an open forum, an open discussion about what's going on in life and in the world is healthy. So, what I'm saying is that, try to explore different avenues of thought, people.